All right, folks, I'm going to lay out a plan for you. What you do with it's entirely up to you. But if you want to succeed, I suggest you pay close attention, take notes, and be ready to move. All right? This is the Digital Nomad Structural Plan for Success. I'm going to lay it out for you. It's simple. It's straightforward. Follow the path that we're laying for you, and you will have no option other than to succeed. All right? You with me? Let's talk about this. We're talking about building an empire. And to do that, it starts with a design. You can't send contractors and builders to a construction site without plans, written plans, specific plans, measurable plans. All right? Nothing gets built without that. And the sad thing is, so many people try to start a business without really any plans, or very vague in general at best, and then they wonder why they don't succeed. All right, this is not rocket science. This is very simple and straightforward, but there is a formula and there's a process to follow for success. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, those who live in the penthouse earned the right to be there. They worked hard. They had a plan. They developed a plan. They executed the plan. When things didn't go right, guess what? They adjusted the plan. They solved the problems. They found a workaround. All right? Nothing worthwhile comes without obstacles. We'll talk about that. So, you want to live in the penthouse? You need to earn the right to be there. It doesn't happen by accident. These designs, these plans don't just fall out of the sky. Okay? So in creating your design, success comes from a well-executed and well-thought-out plan. Without those prerequisites, you might as well just hang it up now and save yourself the time, the money, and the aggravation. Okay? This is just basic stuff, and you likely know about that already, but let's talk about mindset. You know, the mindset for success is one in which failure is not even an option. You cannot accept excuses. You've heard the historical story of the Greeks invading the Spartans, right? They made their invasion, they got on shore, and they burned the boats behind them. There was no way to go other than forward. Move forward or die. In our case, we succeed or die. Failure is simply not an option. Whatever obstacles come into our path, we're going to have to find a way over it, around it, under it, or through it. And that's the mindset that we need to have. All right? You've got to have that mindset of, I'm going to achieve success come hell or high water. The people that fail are the people that try to make it work, but they're not committed to making it work. You see the difference? How many times have you heard someone say, oh, well, I'll give it a try. Okay, maybe, yeah, I'll see what happens. No, I'll tell you right now, with that kind of an attitude, you're going to fail. You're going to fail right now. I'll tell you right now. Building a business requires commitment. Give it a try. That's not the mindset to succeed. You're going to fail. See what happens? Forget it. Okay? So you've got to have that mindset. You've got to start thinking as an owner, as an investor. Robert Kiyosaki trains in his 4 quadrants of success. You can think like an employee, renting your time, gives you extreme limitations. You can think like a self-employed person who is a step above the employee, but as soon as he stops working, he's unemployed. All right? You can think like a business owner who owns his time, who directs his time, who manages his own resources, manages his own life, Or you can think like an investor, where now you have enough capital where you can start receiving passive income on your investments. You will overcome the previous three stages in that cash flow quadrant. I can't tell you how important this is. All right, you've got to get this straight in your mind. What do you want to do? What are you working for? Why are you doing this? You've got to keep those images fresh in your mind every day. Is this your God-given destiny? Is this your calling? Are you doing this for your family, for your children? Can you envision the independence, the feeling you're going to have, being completely independent, owner of your own time, being able to spend it how you like, where you like, live where you like, how you like, be master of your own destiny? Or are you going to continue to be like the cow with a nose ring tied to a pole, who can't go anywhere, can't do anything, can't be anybody, can't be himself, stuck on that corporate treadmill for the rest of your life? You know, it's a choice you have to make. We cannot spend enough time talking about mindset. You've got to get that straight. So make a decision. What do you want? What do you really want? And are you committed to make it happen, come hell or high water? I love that phrase. My dad used to use it all the time. And so he ingrained it in me. So you're going to get it. All right? Failure is not an option. I hear excuses all the time. Oh, well, I didn't have enough money. Oh, well, I don't know anybody. Oh, I don't have enough time. Oh, my wife doesn't like this kind of thing. Hey, you know, if that's your reason for failure, it doesn't matter what your reason is. Failure is failure. It's just that simple. You know, my old football coach used to say, and you might have heard me saying this before, that he said, Mark, one excuse is as good as the next. They're all the same. They all end up in failure. Doesn't matter what your excuse is. An excuse is an excuse. It's a reason to quit. In order, only quitters fail. All right, enough on that. All right, we need to get set up. In this system, there really are three elements to doing this. All right, you get set up as an affiliate in the TAP affiliate system. This gives you your URL referral link, and you also have a second link for registering new team members. All right, I think we covered that in material. So you start in TAP affiliate, you register, you've got your referral link, your registration link. All right, then you set up your pro marketing system. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is your customized personal website and what I call a business in a box. It's a complete business system. And you're going to do this. You have options between $29 and $49. Do the $49 Premier program because with 3 referrals, it's free. All right, so basically it's a free system with 3 referrals. So don't worry about the $49. All right, that's your Lighthouse Law Club business in a box. Then we have the Digital Nomad funnel system. All right, we've got a complete separate training system on how to set up your own sales funnel. You'll get set up with GetResponse, an excellent tool to teach you how to build a list, build your own landing pages, build a funnel. All right, and what we do with this Digital Nomad funnel, this is where we promote free training to become a digital nomad. Inside this funnel will be your pro marketing system for the law club and other opportunities, independent, standalone business opportunities. And this is how we generate multiple streams of cash flow. All right, so there's really 3 elements, and it's important to understand the difference between those 3. They all work together, and if you want the complete package, you need to do all 3. Now, having said that, any one of these really is a standalone system. If you just want to be a free affiliate and not do anything else, good. Sign up in TAP Affiliate, get your referral links, get those referral links out, and you can start making money right away. Okay, how many people are out in this world that have unsecured debt, credit card debt they want to get rid of? All right, you can make $100 a day making one referral a day, just with that. All right, the pro marketing system is there for you when you really want to get serious, have a professional presentation, have a complete business system. This is much more than a website. You'll see in a minute. All right, and then the Digital Nomad funnel encompasses everything. All right, so those are the three elements to our design in this system. All right, next step is you need to become a product of the product. You've heard this 100 times before. Develop your own story. I just got an email. Many of you know Xavier. Xavier sent me an email just a few days ago. Says, hey Mark, I just got word that all three of the credit card companies that I was working with this program, Kill the Debt program, they canceled my debts. So I got that done. Now I just got to repair the credit. That's already in process. Next thing I'm going to do is work on changing my legal status. I've got to tweak some of my IRS forms to get the IRS off my back and get my pro marketing system set up. Now that's a proactive approach to building your own story. You've got to develop your own story. When you're out talking to people about your business, they say, well, what did this do for you? Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't really done anything yet, but hey, it's pretty cool. You ought to do it. I haven't done anything, but you ought to do it. All right, you follow me there. Become a product of the product. Get one or more of these packages, study it, internalize it, make it work for you, develop your own testimonials, and again, if you can't do this, then hey, forget it. All right, just forget it. This is needed for success. You want to be successful, this is what you need to do. Become a product of the product. All right, now, you've got the right mindset, you're set up in the system, you're developing your own story. All right, now you need to develop a core team of 3 to 5 people who will work intimately with you in your business. You're going to be accountable to your core team. They are going to be accountable to you. You're going to work together, share some ideas, bounce ideas, what's working, what's not working. This is your core team. Don't plan on being successful all alone. You need to immediately get 3 referrals in the system, so your pro marketing system is free, right? 3 and it's free. And then you need people to work with to help motivate you. It's kind of like working out. You know, if you've got a friend showing up at your doorstep at 6:30 in the morning to go jogging or just go for a long walk, you're much more likely to get out of bed if you know that they're knocking on the door, right? If no one's there, you're on your own. It's like, it's kind of cloudy and rainy today. I think I'll skip my walk today, right? So you need to help each other to success. Develop a core team of 3 to 5 people. And don't tell me you don't know anybody that wants to do this. There are millions of people out there who need help eliminating debt, who have traffic tickets, court issues, who've been abused by the system, who just simply need extra cash flow. All right? Go to a football game, throw a rock, you'll find some person that rock hits is someone who needs what you have to offer. Don't bite into the lie, well, I don't know anybody, I can't find anybody. All right? If you don't know anybody, find someone. They're out there. People are looking for your help. You've got to have that attitude. All right, so you've got your core team to work with, and you're all coordinating your strategies, working together, helping each other. All right, now let's look beyond that core team. Let's look at our target market. All right, who is your target market? Who are you really going after? You've got to have this very clear in your mind so you can recognize opportunities when they come. All right, so let's talk about this. Generally speaking, just talking about the law club in general, the Lighthouse Law Club and the activity there, the solutions there, the problems that we can solve that are there. We're looking at a male aged 40 to 65 who's a homeowner and owns his own business. That is the ideal target market. Why male and not female? Several reasons. Typically, the male is hardwired to be a leader, a warrior, a decision maker, the breadwinner. Okay, now I know modern liberal society has really kind of messed all that up. I was going to say another word, but I chose not to. Messed all that up and screwed up God's divine plan. But God made men and women differently. Men are wired differently than women. And traditionally, the man as the decision maker in the household, the breadwinner, the defender, he's the one that needs to get out onto the battlefield and make things happen to provide for and protect the family. All right? Men typically are the business owners. Of course, not always. And especially less in recent years. Of course, we're talking generally and historically. All right? Why 45 to 65? 40 to 65? Because someone who is established in this world, in this life, and mature to make reasonable, well-informed decisions will more easily recognize the value in what we have. One who's more mature is more likely to have responsibilities, obligations, mortgages, business issues. These are all things that lend themselves to the solutions that we can offer. All right? Homeowner, that's an obvious one. Mortgage, right? Someone who's responsible, has got obligations, needs to make things happen one way or the other. All right? So that's our general target market. That's not to say that any variance from that is not someone we can help. No, of course not. I'm talking about the ideal. Now, what about affinity groups? Maybe, an affinity group is someone you can relate to because you share common goals or characteristics with those people. Maybe you're a work-at-home mom, okay? Chances are not very good that you're going to relate very well to a CEO of a multi-million-dollar finance company on Wall Street. Okay, you both live in different worlds. You just have a different set of living circumstances. All right, so it's going to be hard to relate. Yet a work-at-home mom or a single mom can relate to other single moms. All right, so maybe you take advantage of this and find the common problems that single moms have and be able to provide solutions for that. And so you start a blog for single moms, work-at-home moms. Maybe you start a local community group. Maybe you're already involved in some of those groups. Those are your affinity groups, okay? Maybe you're in the real estate business and deal a lot with mortgages and the sales of real estate and all of the issues there, okay? That might be your affinity group, buyers and sellers and brokers of real estate. They have their own issues, all right? Obviously, we've got solutions for that affinity group. Maybe you're a small business owner, okay? You belong to the local chamber of commerce, maybe 2 or 3 different chambers, different types of chambers. You've got that affinity group that you can relate to. So you can develop your own plan to attack and develop that affinity group that you belong to or that you could belong to. So be thinking about that. Maybe you work as a machinist, in a fabrication facility. You know those people very well. And you've got people in your company, you've got people perhaps in your union, if you're in a union, that you can relate to, and you can appeal to the issues that they have, and you have a common concern, you have a common level of mutual respect, common issues that you have to deal with. Okay, so those are affinity groups. All right, you can develop a marketing plan specific for those affinity groups. Okay, now let's talk about work ethic. Let me tell you what I do, what my day is like. You see what I've built and what I'm building, and the building just keeps going on and on and on. When I started the law club 3 years ago, I really wanted to quit several times. It just was slow to get going. And I wasn't doing well financially with it. I was more money going in than coming out. And I wanted to quit several times. All right, but I didn't. All right, I had the mindset that failure is not an option. I know that what I have can help people. And so I'm going to persist. I'm going to continue on. And I did, and look where we're at now. Okay? My day is typically, I get up, play with my dogs, have my coffee at 8 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I'm on the computer. Many, if not most days, I don't get off the computer until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, so that's, 7 hours straight. Take a break for 3 hours, take a little rest, have a little lunch and dinner combined, and then I get back on the computer 7 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, and I'll often work till midnight. Okay, so I'm typically working 12 hours a day, and that will typically go 6 days a week. All right, that's general and typical, not always, of course. Now, I don't expect most people to have that level of commitment, but you've got to design a plan, and whatever that plan calls for, you've got to stick to it. You've got to make it happen. You've got to have the work ethic that you're going to do what it takes every day. You know, the days in our lives fly by so fast. And just doing a little bit every day, you can accomplish a lot in a short period of time. What seems like a short period of time. You know, time just goes by so fast. If that time is wasted, you end up with nothing. If you're doing a little bit every day, consistently, with discipline, you'll accomplish something. You've got to have the work ethic. Okay, now, speaking of work and creating your design, you've got to have a daily and a weekly plan. You've got to write it out, handwritten, typewritten, write it out, print it out, and have it in front of you. All right, today I've got to accomplish these things. All right, for me, that means I've got to take time, try to take time as much as possible. My priority is to read the Word, try and develop my relationship with God. That's first and foremost, because He's the one that opens the doors. He's the one that blesses my efforts. He's the one that grants me the success and the opportunities and the contacts and the friends. He's the source of everything for me, okay? So you've got to make time for that. Then you've got to make time to study and learn something new every day. I've got 3 programs I've invested in. I've got to study those to learn new systems, learn new methods, marketing, advertising, how to make things go viral, technical aspects of my websites and things like that. So I've got to set time aside to learn something new every day. All right, then I've got to set time aside to actually get out and make contacts, new contacts every day. Our plan calls for making 20 new contacts a day. By email, by phone, that can be done in an hour or 2. Okay? That's not difficult to do. And people are everywhere. You just have to, know where to find them. People are everywhere. You don't have to know who they are. They're everywhere. Businesses in the strip center, people who show up at an event, people you find in social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. All right, so you got to have time for that. Making new contacts. Then you need time for follow-ups. All right, the contacts you previously made, don't forget about them. The money is in the follow-up. You got to follow up with these people, so you got to have a well-organized system to do the follow-ups. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute with our tool. All right, so daily goals, there need to be numbers. You need to be hitting numbers, targets. How many new contacts, how many follow-ups, how much time in study, and write down the list. And this will add up day by day so you can hit a weekly goal, a weekly target, all right? So you got to have these plans written out, specific, not just, I'm going to try to advance my business this week. No, that's not a plan. A plan is, all right, I need to spend 5 hours learning how to do prospecting and talking to people. All right, I need to make 20 new contacts a day, so that's 100 new contacts for the week is my plan. All right, I'm going to do 100 follow-ups of the new contacts that I made last week. All right, and out of that, I expect to generate, 10 new customers. Those are specifics. Those are hard and fast targets, and those are measurable. If it's not measurable, you can't be productive. You've got to have measurable targets and plans you can measure and have the metrics. All right, you've got to have focused activity. Now execute the plan. All right, you've got the plan laid out. Now just do it. All right, you've got to put aside the distractions. You can't be tempted by the next shiny new item that comes along that gets your attention. Get yourself off a lot of these email lists where you get a lot of this stuff that takes your attention away from your focus. You've got to be focused. All right, I talked about the daily and weekly reports, even if it's only for yourself. Write these reports out. What did you actually accomplish today? What were your numbers? What numbers did you achieve? Business is all about numbers. All right? If you've made 1,000 new contacts and have 0 sales, well, there's something wrong in the approach. You're either talking to the wrong people or you're not doing the right messaging. All right? Something needs to be changed. And if you're not incorporating metrics into your system, it's impossible to improve what you're doing. All right? Business is all about getting more efficient, more productive every day of the week. And you can't do it without reports. You've got to have these reports. Report to yourself. Report to your team members. We talked about your core team of 3 to 5. Report to each other. All right? Track the numbers. Measure your progress. And this will tell you where you need to improve. All right? You review these things. You manage these things. And then you can start scaling it up. As you start developing cash flow, you take a certain amount of the money that's coming in, put that into more marketing, advertising, programs, software that'll help your business, build your business out, scale it up, okay? That's the plan. That's how you make it work. Does that seem like a lot? It's not really. You break it all down, a lot of these things become second nature. All right, it just happens automatically once you get it ingrained into your system, and once you learn it and have the discipline to repeat it enough times, it just becomes ingrained, right? So it's not a big deal, not a big deal at all. But this is what you do to build a business. If you're not up for it, okay, maybe building a business is not for you. If you want to be successful, this is what you do. All right, now, here's what we're doing in our co-op marketing program. All right. I've written a book. It's not really a book. It's a web page. 10 things you absolutely must do to protect your work, your business, your family, and your future. Each of these 10 things will lead people directly to your business activity and the solutions that you can offer them. All right? What we're doing is we're going to give this book away, and we're going to make it go viral. And I'll show you how right now. All right, so as a part of the co-op marketing program, I've acquired some software that will generate us a link. I'll give you the link. When you're a member of the co-op, I'll give you the link, and we'll be using this link in many places, okay? What this link does is it leads people to get their free ebook. All right, they'll get it right away, no strings attached. These are 10 things you absolutely must do. Protect your work, your business, your family, and your future. All right, you just got to know this. All right, hey Bob, I got a book you've got to read. All right, I've got something for you, and I think you're going to love it. Doesn't cost anything, no strings attached. Here's the link. Go get it. All right. Bill goes to get it. And these are the 10 things you absolutely must do. All right, this is what people are going to see. 1, build a wall between you and your unlawful or over-aggressive tax collectors. All right, we've got solutions for that. understand the Internet of Things and how technology is tying us together into a web that is hard to escape. Privacy is of the utmost importance. We get into that. Eliminate bad debt. Geopolitical diversification. Don't be stuck in one political or economic regime. That leads into the PT concept. Keep yourself safe from society. All of the people who feel entitled to take what's yours due to their victim identity politics, People don't believe in the work ethic or earning what they get in life. They want to take it from somebody else. So that leads to asset protection. Same thing with the regulators. Get out of depreciating assets. That leads us into cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, the global entrepreneur package. Make yourself worthless on paper. Be a pauper on paper. Live like a king. Again, asset protection, our global entrepreneur package, and trust business. Alternatives to traditional banking, again, global entrepreneur, and become a PT. Okay, so these are all, each one of these 10 items leads to a discussion on how you can solve those problems for people. Okay, you see how that works? Now, you're going to give this book away for free, and we're going to promote this all over the internet. To get it, people are going to have to opt in to a mailing list. That mailing list is going to get them some important information related to this subject matter. Those leads are going to go into our auto rotator, our co-op lead rotator. All right? So this is all going to lead to the lead rotator, which you will be a part of. So the people that opt in from this viral ebook giveaway as a member of our co-op system, you'll get your pro rata share of these leads. Okay? Now, how do we make it go viral? All right, just sharing it one-on-one, that's good enough, really. But we're going to go beyond that, all right? In this software system, people are going to get noticed as, hey, thanks for downloading your ebook. We hope you enjoy it. And guess what? We've got another bonus for you. All right? Give away only 5 of these ebooks to people you come into contact with, and you can earn this encyclopedia of knowledge, One Free Man's War in the Second American Revolution. Of course, that's my book, and they'll get it in PDF format. If you're not familiar with it, look it up on Amazon. On a scale of 5 stars, independent reviews give it 4.8 out of 5 stars. People love this. It's an adventure story. It is an encyclopedia of knowledge that will help people wake up. Those who are woken up, it will reinforce what they already know with loads of important, detailed information. It's just a compendium of information in the format of an adventure story. All right? Give away 5 of the 10 things you absolutely must do, and you'll get one of these for free. And this is how we make it go viral. And our software system will track this and deliver these items automatically. And so for those who follow the program, you can see how this works. 5 people, we start off with 5 people on the list who opt in. That turns into 25. They share, get their target of 5, that's 125, 625, 1125, and you see how this viral marketing works, okay? The funds for the co-op that are contributed will help offset the software system that was purchased, and it will go into marketing. And so we fully expect to have an absolute deluge of new opt-ins visiting your website, our websites, our pro marketing system websites in short order. You see how that works? Powerful, powerful system. All right, so let's take a quick tour of the back office for the pro marketing system and give you some important insights there. Okay, so let's go take a quick tour of your pro marketing system back office. I'll show you just some of the highlights. Many details. But this is at promarketingsystem.net/lighthouse. Or that will be your particular, once you sign up, once you register, you'll create your own name for your website. Could be your name and last initial, could be Sunseeker, could be whatever you decide. All right, so that will be the address. So you've got your login details, you'll log in, and here we are. You are at the admin panel of your Pro Marketing System back office. And let's just take a look at what we have here. All right, you've got a lot to explore. Let's start with getting you set up with training. Okay. First of all, how to use the system will be here in this training session button, and here you'll find all the training you need how to use the system. Right? And you can go to a video directory, and you've got all kinds of videos to explain how does this work for specific questions. So look for what you're trying to accomplish. You'll probably find a video description and explanation of what you're trying to do right here. Okay? So that's in the video directory. And you can see other options you have here. We're not going to go through all of those. All right, let's go directly to the sales tools, which is one of the first places you want to go. All right, this email broadcast is if you want to send out a broadcast email to your list, or you may have several lists. You might select one particular message for one particular list. That might be, for example, maybe there's a special webinar coming up or a special event you want to notify everybody of. Maybe there's a new product offering you want to have a message sent out on. Maybe you've got a new success story, a new testimonial you want to share with your people. Maybe you've got a training event you want to set up for your team. All right, those are things you could use the email broadcast for. There's a live chat feature on your website, so if you're just sitting on the computer, you might enable that live chat, so if people land on your web page, you have the opportunity to converse with them right then and there, catch them while they're hot. That's really a nice feature to have. All right, now what we're going to do, we're going to go into the media library. All right, this is important. Let's take a look at what we have back here. All right, here we have everything selected. I'm going to deselect some of these things. We don't need images. Let's just look at the training, building your biz and entrepreneurship, and we'll deselect everything else, and then we will apply that, and so it'll only pull up those two categories, building your biz and entrepreneurship. Okay, many of you have seen this video, the Fast Track to Internet Entrepreneur. If not, it's very important to help give you the proper perspective on really what's required. Okay, quick start to cash. Let's just take a look at that real quick. All right, here we have a step-by-step outline as to how to start generating cash quickly. All right, make 20 new contacts a day. Create some promotional business cards and hand them out like candy. All right. You've heard of the elevator pitch. All right. Same thing. The quick pitch. People ask, well, so what do you do? Oh, me? Oh, I'll tell you what I do. Now, here in this example, let me just explain. This says here, I show people how to turn $1 into $250 in a year or less tax-free. Have you ever heard of anything like that? All right. Now, you might wonder, well, what are we talking about here? What we're talking about is our investment club, whereby we will be funding lawsuits with the intention of winning damages, awards, judgments, and reparations, quite possibly into the many millions. It's a case-by-case basis. There's no guarantee, but many of the damages cases that we've seen have been anywhere from 5 to 10 million, upwards of 50 million. We've got cases that we're seeking 100 million. All right. Let's say it takes $10,000 to fund a case. All right, to pay for the preparation, the documentation, the research, everything that's involved. All right. And if we receive as an investment club, let's just say 10% of the damages award. If the damages award is $50 million, 10% of that is $5 million. You can figure out what percentage 10,000 is of, or 5 million gained is as related to the $10,000 investment, right? So that's what we're talking about, just so you have some clue. And that's very realistic, all right? Now, if that doesn't get someone's attention, I don't know what will. Okay, so these are some things you need to understand and learn. Quick start to cash, okay? If you do not consider yourself to be a salesperson, and most people don't, and really, you don't need to be with this program, but what you need to understand is that you are selling every day. If you're having a conversation with your spouse on what to have for dinner, all right, you might have your preference, she has hers. You need to sell her on why it's best that she agrees with you and goes with your selection. All right, that's selling. Maybe you need to convince your children why they need to be disciplined and do their homework versus running around with their friends at the mall. All right, you need to sell them on that idea. So you're selling every day. So don't say you're not a salesperson. All right, maybe you're not a professional salesperson, but you're selling every day. But look at this epic sales training from Dan Ellis. It is just that. It's epic. And this is really, really good information. All right. We've got an ebook here on viral marketing tips, and we've got a simplified daily plan to work the sales funnel. Okay. So we've got some good starting training for you right there. If you want to get into asset protection, you can just deselect everything else, click asset protection, click apply, and oh look, there's nothing there right now. We can go to webinars. Let's see how that comes up. Okay, these are some webinars that we have set up. These are not yet set up in the system as a webinar. We'll be doing that very shortly. Okay, and you'll be able to promote these to your prospects. All right, so that's our media center. Let's go back to sales tools, and here, manage my site. If you go here, all right, this is the name that you select for the URL that you want to direct people to, okay? Again, I mentioned earlier that could be Sunseeker or G-Man or whatever you want it to be, okay? So that's what your URL will be. And then here's the link, including that here, you see, and direct home. This bypasses the landing page or the lead capture page and goes direct to the main web page. Okay, so that's your link for that. Now, let's take a look here at advertising information. This is important, okay? This is your main link, all right, that you'll use, and that'll bring people to the lead capture page. All right. Now, if you're doing marketing and advertising, and you need to track that. You need to have the metrics on what kind of results you're getting from whatever marketing, promotion, or advertising that you're doing. So you set up an ad code that will be specific for, let's say you got an ad on Facebook, okay? And you put an ad code of FB1, Facebook, your number one ad, okay? FB1, all right? You insert that ad code here where it says ad code, and you'll be able to track the results coming in from that particular advertisement. Okay, so you need to do metrics on any marketing that you do. So this system has the power and the ability to do that. Okay, a lot of these things are self-explanatory. Again, I'm just covering some of the highlights for you here, generate prospects. Let's do that. Okay. Now, here in generate prospects, you have all of your links. Okay. Here's your, go straight to the home page. This goes to your capture page where you want new prospects to go. If you've got someone that you want to see your main web page without having to opt in, maybe they've been there or already done that, okay, you can use the other. All right, so you got those. There's a lot you can do here. Add a single contact. You can import contacts from your own list. Let's look at this Facebook auto post system. If you've got a Facebook page, this has posts that contain quotes from famous people. All right. So what's that all about? You can schedule this maybe every 3 or 4 days to make a post. And what this does is it creates awareness for you in Facebook and your Facebook page. These are not sales oriented. Okay, the idea is that people will start to recognize your posts. They like them because they're helpful, inspirational, motivational type of quotes that help them. All right, gives them some positive energy, right? So they start to recognize you on Facebook and like your posts, and then once you've scheduled this, let's say one every 3 days, okay, or once a week, or whatever you decide to do, about every 1 in 5, possibly even every 1 in 10 auto posts, you'll post a sales message. Hey, powerful new research package solves this problem. Click here. Check it out. All right? So you'll intersperse those sales messages amongst all the positive quotes. And the idea is that you're not spamming people with sales messages all the time, or, they just, if you do that too much, people just tune you out, right? So you want to contribute to people first. Help them get what they want, and eventually you'll develop a relationship, and hopefully you'll get what you want with a positive, mutually beneficial relationship, business-wise. Okay? So that's how the Facebook auto posts work. Let's talk about subscribing to leads. You can buy leads. All right? And you can get 120 home business qualified prospects to market to every month. It's $39 a month. Pretty cheap, right? You spend a lot more than that in advertising to get 120 leads. All right? Let's go back. It's a third-party service provider, and what they do is they do marketing online to find people looking for business opportunities. I'm not pulling it up right now. I'm not going to take the time searching for it, but you'll find it. And when people respond online saying, yes, I'm interested in a home business opportunity, you'll basically work with that individual. They are pre-screened. They get a phone interview, and they're pre-screened via telephone. So they've actually talked to somebody. So they've responded online. They've spoken to somebody, and then they become one of these leads. And there are different levels of leads that you can purchase, okay, different levels of quality. Now, this basic 120 leads for $39, these are leads that have been contacted previously, but you'll find probably 9 times out of 10 that even though they've been contacted by other people doing the same thing you're doing previously, that many of them will not have really taken action on anything. All right? And now what you've got something so unique and different that will help them solve so many problems, and they can make money doing it. You should really be able to stand out from the crowd here. Okay? So if you've got the question, well, who do I talk to? All right? There's 120 people every month can be dropped right into your system. All right? So we've got that going for us. Let's go back to my contacts. You can manage your contacts. Here you can see in the left column how contacts are broken down, and you can assign contacts into different categories. Show you how to do that. So if we go back home, let's say, okay, the last contact that came in, if I click on Caleb's name, I've got his phone number, I've got his email address, I've got his name, and here I can post any notes that I'd like to, any additional information that might be helpful. If I've had a recent conversation or he has a specific interest, situation, maybe he's going to be tied up in another project for a month. I need to call him back a month from now. These are things we can put in here. All right. We can change his information when necessary. And here you can see the activity that Caleb has done on my website. All right. He submitted the web form on Digital Nomad the end of May. We can see here at the bottom. And then he started receiving the autoresponder emails. So these are the emails that he's received so far. So I can see where he's at in the system. Okay. And this you can customize, the time frame that you want to look at that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so there's a lot you can do. If you want to schedule a call for a certain time, you've got a scheduler. Okay, if you've got your system set up with the iCaller, it'll actually call the contact automatically for you. You want to send them an email, click here. Or if for some reason you just need to delete them, you got that option here. So there's a lot you can do. All right. Here's where you can change the category. I've got contact interest. Okay. What is he interested in? Okay. Maybe I need to move him to a different category. All right. Maybe he's not interested in internet marketing and building a business online. Maybe he needs to be in my manage wealth autoresponder. So I go over here, I put him over there, and he'll start receiving those emails, okay? Which is a separate set of messages entirely, okay? So there's a lot you can do here, and there's more I could get into, but I'm going to try and keep this short. Those are the highlights. You've got a complete business system here. So if you're not already subscribed to this, you need to be and get set up. Take the time to watch the video tutorials as to how this whole thing works. There's so much functionality here. It's going to take a little time to really fully understand it. And don't try and do it all at once, because you just can't. Figure out what you want to do, what you need to do, and then learn how to do that and take it step by step. Okay? So with that, let's see. We go back home. Did I miss anything? We hit sales tools, we hit training. Your iTelecenter, that's something that you'll have with the premium membership, and I highly recommend it. If you need to learn to talk to people, all right? That's probably the number one fear most people have. Well, I don't want to talk to people. I don't know what to say. I don't have confidence. All right, we've got phone scripts built into this thing, and you'll find those. But personal contact is what will make the difference with most people. You're not going to do a lot of business relying on email, okay? You've got to develop personal relationships, and it's real simple. Hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm here to answer your questions, to help you. I understand you're wanting to do X, Y, or Z. Make more money, solve IRS problems, manage your wealth, get the regulators out of your hair in your business, or whatever, okay? I understand you have an interest in this, and I'm here to help you. So do you have a minute? We can just talk about that, and all you need to do is learn to ask probing questions, which will lead them in the direction you want to go, all right? It's a real simple formula, okay? So what's your biggest priority right now? Oh, well, I'm just stuck in a rut and I hate my job and I need to do something else. Okay, great. Well, I think maybe I can help you with that. Let's talk about it. What have you done in terms of looking at opportunities to create an internet-based business? Have you actually done anything in the past? How did that work out for you? Oh, not so good. I did this program and that program and it didn't work. Oh, really? Well, why do you think it didn't work? So you're pulling information out. You can't help someone unless you know how to help them, right? So your number one job in talking to people is to ask key questions. And you could even sit down and write out what those key questions might be, which will lead them to where you want to go in the conversation. Okay? So you uncover the problem. You want to uncover the problem that you know you already have the solution for. Okay? Oh, well, I was involved in this other program, but I don't know anybody. I couldn't get any activity, no traffic, nothing. I didn't have money to advertise. Okay, well, great, Tom. I think we can solve that for you. If we could give you 120 people a week, put into your autoresponder system to make automatic contact via email and then do a phone follow-up, would that make it easier for you? Oh, wow, yeah, that's pretty cool. That would work. All right, you see where we're going with that? So the iTelecenter comes with your, I believe it's the premium. There's the Pro is the $29 and the Premium is the $49 package. All right, you want the $49 package. Get the iTelecenter and the other features that come with that. And you know what? Get 3 referrals into your system here and your program is free. So don't worry about the $49. Just do it. Get 3 referrals to follow you into the program, and your system is free. Pay for 1 or 2 months, and you're done. All right? That's how it works. All right? So that's my quick tour on the back office. Get your system set up, spend time learning it, using it, and get busy. All right? You want to get involved and participate in the monthly co-op advertising and marketing program. Here's what you do. Go to pcfcrowdfunding.com. That's pcfcrowdfunding.com. You'll end up at this page. You've been here before, more than likely. You will click on donations here. The co-op marketing program is $100 a month. Needs to be in before the 25th, on or before the 25th of the month, to be included in the rotator for the following calendar month. Okay, you follow that? Simple enough. Scroll down, go to here, $100 donation, and simply follow the prompts. Add to cart, do your thing. Your information will be here, and we'll put you in the rotator for the following calendar month. Okay, so it's that simple. Not much more to say about it. Join us in the co-op, get set up in your system, design your program, and you'll have a complete business package that is geared for success, and we look forward to working with you in that regard. All right, that's all for now. Take care. God bless. More later.